What's up, guys, gals, non-binary pals, and none of the above? This is DL back here, still working that graveyard shift. You know, we're still looking back. We're still looking at KSL Season 3 here. Unfortunately, the match I'm showing you here, this coach ZaCk the Goat, while he is returning in Season 5 of KSL, you know, it should be pretty cool. Also returning to his former role of analyst. He unfortunately did drop later in the season of Season 3. And so can't really show you what his whole team was at the time that this battle took place, but still got a lot of the gist of it. Basically, he had a sort of sand offense team, big threats like Mega Arrow, Milotic, the Hippopotas. This was a really iconic pick right there. Drill, Ravambi, and he had things like Superior on the bench that he didn't opt to bring. Yeah, I forget what his Serp. That's pretty nasty. Anyways, so the team I elected to bring, pretty cool team. The Pressure, Chartyberry, Zapdos, with the 3-tax Roost, offensive spread. With the Chartyberry, this is going to allow Zap to take on things like Rock Slide Excadrill quite well. It's a nice lure for Mega Aerodactyl, which otherwise is a really big threat, especially if it's carrying Crunch to hit my Slowbro, and Fire Fang for Ferrothorn. Like Mega Arrow hits so hard with the Tough Claws boosting a lot of its coverage moves, and then being able to run something like an Adamant Nature in most matchups. Got a Belgium Slurpuff. His Steel type is Excadrill, and yeah, basically these two moves will hit most of his team quite well. And then Facade is quite nice for dealing with something like Scald Burns from Milotic, or like Will-O-Wisps from anything. This was a fun set. Spec Slowbro, one of my specialties. Grass Knot was really nice for being able to hit KO Milotic. Scald was pretty nice against this team. Sand teams tend to struggle at switching into water moves, I've found. Then Psyshock for some nice Psychic Stab. Hit a lot of his team pretty decently as well. Would be very helpful if he was like a very specially defensive Milotic. Basically, between Psyshock and Grass Knot, it was designed so that if he's a Fizz Def Milotic, then he'll be to a KO by Grass Knot, and if he's a more specially defensive Milotic, then he'll be to a KO by Psyshock. So either way, Slowbro will be able to break through his main defensive check. And Slowbro is also really nice with his bulk. We got an max HP and a little bit of defense. This will allow it to take really easily stomach hits from his Milotic, Azelf, the Hippo, and also the Drill. And some hits from Arrow as well, though not as well as usually a Slowbro might. We got Mega Pidgeot. This was pretty nice mon in a lot of matchups. Pretty hard to check. Heat Wave again hits Drill. Checked pretty well by Arrow. I don't remember what this guy's electric type was, but I didn't bring a ground type. Maybe he didn't have one. U-turn for momentum, just a basic Pidgeot set. We got Rocks, T-Wave, Pharaoh. One of the bigger issues with this draft, besides being double flying, double water, and my only ground type Zygarde having a 4x weakness, so I got kind of ran train on by electric types. I only had 2 Stealth Rockers. I did have 2 Spikers with between Pharaoh and Golisopod, but only having 2 Rockers also made bringing Ferrothorn pretty necessary most weeks. But pretty good against Sand, I'd say. Leech, as you can see, is free. T-Wave was going to be really nice for catching things like Superior on the switch in. Really nice for neutralizing threats like Rabombi or Mega Aerodactyl. And the last Pokemon is Hitmonchan. A really nice spinner for the team. Drain Punch hits a lot of his team quite well. His Fairy type, his Psychic and his Fairy aren't particularly bulky, so he doesn't switch into fighting Stab particularly well. So Black Belt is just nice to boost the power of Drain Punch, help further pressure his Milotic, help boost the strength of Mach Punch priority, which is really cool for keeping the Samrush Extra Drill in check. And then Bullet Punch is a nice move, mostly for Ribombee, but also hits the Mega Arrow for super effective damage. Yeah. So let's dive right into it. So at the lead, I'm gonna lead with my Mega Pidgeot. He's gonna lead with his Elf. And I'm predicting him to probably do like Stealth Rock's Explosion type thing. So I'm gonna U-turn to break his sash, and I'm gonna go into Slowbro, which I know can stomach any hit from this. So he goes for Explosion. So I go for Psyshock, and we're able to stomach that very nicely. Hanks, that did 0. And ZaCk says, that did more than it was supposed to. Thinking emoji from Hydra. Yeah, we got some good chats in some of these games. So he's going to bring out the Ribombee to threaten my Slowbro with the Bug Buzz. And Ribombee I kind of underprep for. And if I was a support Slurpuff with something like Wish Protect, this probably wouldn't have been such a big issue. But I'm unfortunately going to have to go into this as my Bug Resist. As a Bug Resist, which also doesn't just drop to Moonblast. Since I'm not like Assault Vest on Hitmonchan. And basically, I'm gonna give up the dream of sweeping with Billy Drum Slurpuff in this match. So here he reveals to be Choice Specs, that's why he did so much. So I'm just gonna double into my Hitmonchan. As he Bug Buzzes again, and you see 29. That's way more than it should be. So here we're just gonna go for the safe Drain Punch play. It's off a lot of damage on this Milotic, and we're basically healed up to full. So he's going to reveal the Flame Orb, so he's going to activate the Marvel skill. He's going to take this as an opportunity to spin away these rocks, as I don't think he's going to go for the Scald here. See Ice Beam's trying to catch either my Zapdos or my Ferrothorn. And this turn, I'm just going to go into Slowbro as he opts to recover since he was at half health. Here, I'm going to go for the Grass Knot. I'm trying to hit the Milotic, maybe catch something like the Drill on a predicted Toxic. But he's going to go into the worst thing possible, go to this lightweight freaking bug Pokemon. Take a whole 7% from Choice Spec Slowbro. So we're just going to go into Zapper here, and chew up that Bug Buzz nicely. Go for the Roost to make sure we're staying nice and healthy, and preserve this as a nice switch into the Ribombee. He's going to get up Rocks with the Sippo. I'm going to get up mine. As you can see, his Earthquake is doing nothing. Like, Leech Seed plus Leftovers is actually recovering more than his Earthquake is doing. So he finally decides that this is unfavorable for him, and he's going to switch Milotic in, but he's going to eat a Power Whip for his troubles. And this is really nice. Between the rocks, the sand, and the burn, this Milotic is having a very difficult time staying healthy. Like his team composition kind of reminds me of Chansey offense, but like Flame Orb Milotic is so much easier to wear down than Chansey is. As we're gonna make the Restless swap into Slowbro here. I mean, he can't really do much to me. And here we're going to predict him to swap. We're gonna go for the Scald. We crit him, but 100% did not matter because I'm Choice Specs. Like that would have killed regardless. But he kind of flips out in the chat. He's like, you can't try to justify the crit. So I'm just like, well, I don't want to tell him that I'm Specs because he doesn't know, I guess. Because he should have known based on the damage to Ribombee and Grass Knot, but I guess he didn't calc. Like, I'm not just gonna like tell him in the chat that I'm Specs and that it didn't matter. So now I just kind of gotta look like a jerk, be like, oh yeah, crits don't matter or whatever. and play out the rest of this match. He goes Milotic, which is interesting. I mean, yeah, I'm locked into Scald, so that makes sense. So he's gonna make a really nice double into Aerodactyl, predicting my Zapdos to come out, I suppose. But I am Chartyberry. My Calcudai should be able to live any hit from this. If you live on 1, I forgot that he was gonna be adamant, so I don't know how often I live that hit. But you know, it worked out. We need the Chartyberry, and we're gonna kill him with T-Bolt. And here he's gonna be like, "You'd have to be offensive Zapdos in order to kill him." I'm like, "Well, guess what I am." We're gonna switch out of the Zap into Slowbro here. See, goes for Slack Off. I'm not really sure why. His Grass Knot's going to do a ton, because believe it or not, Hippopotas is heavy. And he's gonna whirlwind me into the worst possible thing, ruin my 6-0, and kill off my Zap. So I'm gonna go Hitmonchan. Let's believe this is in range of a Drain Punch. I'm gonna pop this Milotic, and as you can see, it's just taking way too much chip. And it's not gonna be able to take 2 of these, even with that Marvel Scale boost. So here he's gonna go into the Excadrill. Now, if I go Slowbro as he goes for SD, at the range my Slowbro is at, it is possible that he can then. It is possible that +2 Life Orb or Earthquake kills my Slowbro, and it is then possible for him to win the game, because I believe this is a Smooth Rock Hippo. I can't recall if this is Smooth Rock or a Violet. I think it's Smooth Rock. But yeah, that would be a choke. Would choke away, even if I don't lose the game, a lot of differential. So I decide that the play here is to Mach Punch, as if he opts to SD, then he will 100% die to 2. And if he stays in and attacks me, then there's no way he can kill my Slowbro. My Slowbro just comes in and clicks Scald and cleans up the game. So I'm going to go for the Mach Punch here. So he's going to reveal the Choppleberry. Eat that quite comfortably. He's able to knock out my Hitmonchan with Earthquake. But, yeah, he can't kill me. He goes for the Flinch with Rock Slide. And Slowbro is going to finish up the game. So, you know, GG's. You know, Slowbro really put on a clinic here. Slowbro, really fun set. Slowbro is really nice on these sort of like bulky offense builds. Really nice to use Slowbro in particular on them. Could really throw your opponents for the loop. And just really cool as a breaker here. Slowbro gets a lot of really cool coverage moves as well, which can help pick apart opponents' defenses. Super fun mon to use, and this was a matchup where it really showcased some of its talents. Hitmonchan doing a lot of work here as well. And, you know, Zap luring with the Chartyberry. Anyways, that's going to be all for this